Hello, everybody. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Rick Chambers.
And I'm Corrine Winter. In an escalation that could spark all-out war in the Middle East, the United States has dramatically entered Israel's war against Iran.
Yeah, American jets bombed 3 nuclear sites over in the Islamic Republic. One of those sites was the infamous mountain facility at Fordo, a major uranium enrichment center, hundreds of feet underground. And in a speech to the nation, as you heard, President Trump said that all of the sites were, quote, completely and totally obliterated.
We have live team coverage tonight. KTLA's Sarah Welsh is getting a local reaction to the strikes. But first, to Rachel Menitoff now from the KTLA News Center with details of the military action. Rachel.
Corrine, Rick, good evening to you both. President Trump said tonight if peace doesn't come quickly, he will go after additional targets in the region, saying most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. He also praised the U.S. military as the only one in the world to be able to do what was done tonight.
Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
President Trump addressing his decision to strike 3 of Iran's nuclear sites to prevent the country from building a nuclear bomb. He says Iran has repeatedly threatened to destroy Israel and says the U.S. completely obliterated its key nuclear enrichment centers, including the heavily fortified Fordo, a facility located 300 feet below the surface of the ground. The bomb used is tens of thousands of pounds and requires a special jet to deploy the weapon, equipment that only the U.S. possesses. More than a week ago, Israel launched a surprise attack on Iranian sites, and the country retaliated with a series of missile and drone strikes on Israeli infrastructure.
Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu thanked President Trump and says this is the potential to usher in a new era of prosperity and peace in the Middle East.
America has been truly unsurpassed.
Officials in California and New York say they're monitoring the situation for any potential domestic impacts. Governor Gavin Newsom writes, "There's no specific or credible threat we are aware of at this time," but he urges people to stay vigilant and report suspicious activity. Members of Congress on both sides of the aisle are offering mixed reaction. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham from South Carolina congratulated the president and said it was the right call. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries slammed the president's decision, saying the risk of war has now dramatically increased. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez believes the president's actions are clearly grounds for impeachment. Independent Senator Bernie Sanders addressed the operation at a rally in Oklahoma.
But it is so grossly unconstitutional. All of you know that the only entity that can take this country to war is the U.S. Congress. The president does not have the right.
Kayvon Harris, a professor of sociology at UCLA, says we'll begin to see the effects of this strike tomorrow and in the days to come. It could be in the form of retaliation against 40,000 or so American troops in the region. The conflict could also impact global oil supply, meaning higher prices at the pump for Angelenos.
Of course, we can remember from prior times when both parties have attempted to attack another country or attack successfully with air power. There's usually a brief hurrah in the United States. Probably will happen again. But then reality will sink in, and we might end up being dragged into a conflict that we can't control, that many people did not want, and it doesn't seem many people voted for.
And Iran has confirmed the attacks and says there's no sign of contamination at its nuclear sites. At this hour, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, is reportedly in hiding, fearing an assassination attempt. Live in the news center, I'm Rachel Menitoff. Corrine, back to you.
All right, Rachel, thank you.